Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 1467. Wait, no. 1647. 1647. This show is about me trying to figure out how to say numbers correctly when they're in very large form. Hello, I'm Mike Matthews, broadcasting from Cafe Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. I was told that gas prices are dropping, and no.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
No, I do not see them dropping. That's not what I'm seeing, and I'm upset by that. But it's
Mike's Daily Podcast.
New world where we've got some kind of summit that was finished last night between Trump and that guy who scares me all right. He's got that crazy shaved side hair thing, and he's shorter than Trump. And the two of them together made me want to dump a big laugh out of my body. A big laughter dump.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
But there they did. They summited away, and now nuclear weapons are going to be taken away from
Mike's
North Korea.
Daily
Even though I'm told
Podcast
that he built them on the cheap.
Yeah!
Kim Jong-un a la más problema, because there's the weapons he didn't make apparently that strong, and if they're moved, they could go off. That's what I heard. So that could be a big... Is that true, Mr. Trump?
He's a showboat. He's a grandstander.
Look who just walked in on our show where people walk in.
Hi, Mike. My name is Coach Bottom, and I want to tell you that there's a way that you can fight mosquitoes.
Really, Coach Bottom? What is that?
You slap them, and then you kill them.
You slap them, and then you kill them?
Yeah, you slap them, and then you kill them.
Thank you, Coach Bottom. Look who else walked in.
Hi, Mike. It's Benita the rodeo queen. How y'all doing? It's my horse, Nelly.
It's Disgruntled Fiddle Player. Tell you what.
What?
We did exactly what we had to with Kim Jong-un. We laid down the law. We said...
The United States.
And they better not mess with us, because we is the big power in the whole of the country, world.
All right, that's great.
What was that all about?
And also here today...
And here's today's podcast picture.
Hello, Mike. I make the delicious root beer awesome. Oh, boy.
Brewmaster, did you meet the other guy that walked in? What's your name?
Yeah, it's Coach Bottom.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, have you seen any mosquitoes?
Yeah.
All right, when you see them, you gotta slap them, and then you kill them. Say it with me.
Slap them, kill them. Oh, boy.
Yeah, see? I guess that we're learning all kinds of things. Are you going to do it right now?
Yeah, I see one right now. I want to slap it, and then I kill it.
That's right, that's what you gotta do, because mosquitoes suck. I'm Captain Chef Bottom. Mike, who is this guy?
Somebody that just walked into Cafe Anyway, where people just happen to walk in, and it's a great thing.
Anyway.
Cafe Anyway.
Anyway.
Oh, my.
Oh, boy. I don't feel good.
What is the matter with you?
I don't know.
Something must be wrong with you.
I think it's called Tuesday. Tuesday at da-da-da-da-da-da. Tuesday. Okay, so, yeah. The podcast picture is of you, Disgruntled Fiddle Player.
What? I did not give my consent.
Oh, well, you are your podcast pictured away. So, I got a couple things on Facebook that people said hello, and that's nice. And why am I talking all up talk like that? Oh, today is the birthday of a young lady by the name of Athena. And
your friends to stop you from getting bangs. Now taking applications for new friends. Here is a late night selfie if you catch my flow. Finals week, getting the best of you, smile through the pain.
That is my friend who's having a birthday today. Is 21, and I remember her when she was just a tiny little girl. Now look at her. She can drink legally.
Hey, Mom. Love soccer. So excited for your orange slices at halftime.
I don't know what they're saying now. They talk so strange, the kids today. But whatever. Happy birthday. So good. And let's throw a big party now and applaud her. Excellent. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. So net neutrality's gone. That means that you can't hear me anymore. So it was fun. It was fun doing the podcast for 9 years and... No, wait. 10. 10? Have we done it 10 years yet? No. 9. We've done this podcast... Well, all right. I've been podcasting for almost 10 years. Let's just say that. And yeah, net neutrality. So the internet's going to listen to this podcast and go, "You're not Adam Carolla. We are pulling the plug."
You've got to be kidding me.
And then that will be the end of the show. So you will no longer hear my show, Mike's Daily Podcast.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Thanks to the wonders of the Trump and how he said, we can't have regulation.
Which is a very good thing. Which is a very, very good thing. We're moving things along, and we're moving them along fast.
And so they took my internet away. They took my show away. Thank you, net neutrality. IHOP. They took the P and they flipped it upside down. Now it looks like a little B. Because now it's IHOB, the International House of Burgers. So that means... What does that mean? That means that you had an... Okay, shortly after my separation, when I was going through my divorce, I said, I need to go to Portland. Because when I was married, my wife never wanted to go to Portland. So I said, if we're separating, I'm going to Portland. Because you never wanted to go. So I went to Portland. And I stayed in this hotel, and for some reason there was an IHOP across the street from me. That I was up, like on the 10th story, and I'm looking down my nose at the people going into IHOP. And let's just say, big, huge people that love food go to IHOP. They like the big. There's really nothing healthy at IHOP. There isn't. It's all just so. Making it the International House of Burgers, that kind of goes with their plan, right? Of just serving things. Burgers aren't really healthy for you. Oh, but Mike, you can get it without the bun. You can get it without the blah, 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 boring, snore, fall asleep.
Are you crazy?
You can't eat the hamburger without the bun.
You can't handle the truth.
It's the best thing about the hamburger. No, but yeah, some of you get used to eating it with lettuce, and good for you. That's great. I'm happy for you. I eat it animal style. That's how I eat. I take the burger, I cook it in fat and lard, and then I eat it animal style. Good for you. Boring, bore. Eviga bore. Listen, Jaja. Listen, you can eat it however you want, but if I'm gonna eat a burger, I'm gonna eat it fattening with the cheese. I'll have 8 cheeses on there, an egg. I'll put an egg on all over it, Howard. And then I put the egg on there, and it's so good and delicious. Thank you, little chicken. No, then I'll put the chicken on the burger, and I eat the chicken burger with the meat and then the bacon. So now we've put everything that's on the farm on top of this, and it's wonderful. A little sound effect crazy today, aren't we? So it's called IHOB now, which reminds me of a hobbit. So is it an IHobbit? Am I a hobbit? Are we all hobbits? Are we all turning into Kim Jong-un? He's so tiny. And then apparently this is getting all the press. Everybody was cheering on Kim Jong-un. Like, look, he took on, and this was the whole problem that people had with Trump going to talk to him is now you've legitimized this nutso. But then again, he's a leader who actually finally met with a North Korean leader, and that finally happened. So, is it a good step forward? Now the exercises that they do, the military exercises, they're halted. They're suspended now, and as part of this denuclearization. So we'll see. I'm watching video right now of Kim Jong-un with his glasses and his little shaved sideburn thingy and wearing black, and it looks kind of like a young Asian Henry Kissinger. Does that make any Henry Kissinger? Which is ironic because he had a big thing to do with when Nixon talked to China. So here we go. It goes full circle. And that was a big coup when Nixon went to talk to China, as Trump would call it. Lo, those many years ago, when Trump was just a little boy, and he was watching Nixon, and he goes,
I want to be Nixon someday. How can I be Nixon? I want to be Richard Nixon and get impeached. That's what I want to do. And then I would go cause some anarchy.
Anarchy! I don't even know what that means, but I love it!
I'm just saying whatever today because I know no one's going to hear it because of net neutrality is gone. So whatever. Listen, I'm really, I guess I'm pro communication. I've always been. I have a communications degree. I like when leaders are talking versus just the heated rhetoric. So this is, and you cannot be one of these people that said, "Oh, Trump is looking fiery."
They will be met with fire, fury, and frankly, power, the likes of which this world has never seen before.
All Trump does is saber rattling. All he does is this. And then you cannot look at this historic meeting and go, yeah, you shouldn't be talking to him, blah, 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 because now you've hypocritically eaten yourself. You were for one thing, and now you're against it? No, it's good. Communication's good, so I'm pro that. This is the issue I run into. So we get these people that do a normal radio talk show, and they take just the anti-view, anti-liberal, this Dennis Prager that we carry on one of the conservative talk shows, the conservative radio stations I work for. And Dennis Prager, all he does is bash liberals, and everything he says about liberals could be flipped and said about conservatives. A total, what do you call them? The people, the fat guy that looks like a librarian. Looks like a fat old librarian guy. The Bannon, that guy who says, "It's gold, Jerry. It's gold." That's gold, Jerry. Gold. Steve Bannon, thank you. The alt-righters, yeah, okay. They're just people that Dennis Prager yells about liberals because he thinks that they don't ever use logic. Yet that is any extremist that they don't use logic because they've gotten so far into their ideals, they don't look at where the rubber meets the road, etc. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is that's a thing, and I was fascinated by listening to the Daily, where they were talking about leading up to the summit, how it did seem,
with our greatest allies,
how Trump basically at the G7, G8 meeting was totally anti our usual allies, just totally going against, railing against Trudeau and Canada.
Take off, you hosers.
And just like, I got to get to Singapore. I got to shake hands with the little rocket man.
Go to yet another hotel. This one is located on an island, Sentosa Island, which is just off Singapore. It's connected by causeways and bridges. And this is kind of billed as a fun little resort island.
Welcome to Singapore's sunny island of Sentosa.
This is where they went.
Train, bus, taxi, or even a cable car ride away from the city. It's a one-stop holiday destination that boasts of dozens of attractions, restaurants, bars, beaches.
There's a Ferris wheel. There's a Universal Studios theme park.
Opportunities for
Trump and Kim Jong-un were there.
It's basically...
They rode a ride together. No, they didn't.
That's right next to the city. And the two leaders will meet at this old, restored colonial hotel. And they will walk into a large meeting room, each from opposite ends, cross the room and shake each other's hands. There'll be a phalanx of cameras to record the moment, and then they will sit down and get down to business.
They shook their hands a lot. They shook hands a lot.
Thank you very much, everything.
And what do we know about how President Trump has been preparing for this?
Oh, yeah. So, and then Trump kept saying, remember, he kept saying, I'll know as soon as I walk in the room whether it's going to be a historic meeting.
What are you doing to prepare for the summit with North Korea?
I think I'm very well prepared. I don't think I have to prepare very much. It's about attitude. It's about willingness to get things done. But I think I've been preparing for the summit for a long time.
Well, if you listen,
he has. Was his whole. He's all about the deal, right? That's his love. He wrote books about it. So, yeah, there was that going on. As we drill down and find out what other details, what other things were agreed on, this will be interesting. And that's what I was hearing from the hoi polloi, the Middle America. They were discussing this on a show that I listen to as I drive into work. And they get calls from all over the heartland, and they're, this is great what Trump did, but what exactly did he agree to? What is it? Don't we need those military exercises? And that's about it for the show, because I got to get ready for a thing that my job involves. There was an interesting thing. Wait, what? What is this? Trump shows off the beast to Kim during the historic Singapore summit. The media spotted Trump and Kim approaching the limousine adorned with an American flag. Trump gestured to the car, and then a Secret Service agent opened the right passenger door. Kim could be seen smiling as he looked in. Interesting. That's the big news today. Okay. Oh, and then who's weeping over the summit? Dennis Rodman cried during an interview discussing the Donald Trump-Kim Jong-un meeting. You may remember Dennis Rodman went to North Korea and met Kim Jong-un way before any of this took place, years ago. And an Alabama man is on a mission to mow lawns in 50 states. I will say this as we go outside a cafe anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, that when you live in Alabama like I did for 2 years, you get obsessed with mowing lawns. Because all you see is grass growing all the time. And when you finish mowing a lawn, there's that smell, that beautiful fresh smell. Some of you get an allergic, you'll start sneezing. I know I used to sneeze a lot, but then I got used to it. And I just love that fresh smell, that freshly mowed smell. And you get obsessed. I remember I flew out of Alabama, I went somewhere else, and I was in San Francisco looking at people's lawns. Actually, there are no lawns, are there? There's very little grass anywhere because there's just no room. But yeah, there's grass, but it's a kind. One love, one heart, let's get together and feel alright. So he's mowing lawns in 50 states, and Rodney Smith is his name. It's a non-profit Raising Men Lawn Care Service. Pairs young volunteers with veterans. Interesting. The elderly and anyone else who needs help with their yard work. What a cool idea. Hey, let's wrap up the show. Next show, we'll have the wonderful Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley. Have a great historic day.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Email Mike now at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!